thought you might be here.
Why is that?
Because I come here a lot when I'm feeling alone. The water's so big, it makes you realize that we're ultimately alone anyway. So maybe the way you're feeling isn't so bad.
You actually think of that stuff, huh?
I used to.
I trusted them. I trusted both of them. You know, it's not just that I loved them. I liked them. I never went through that whole teen rebellion thing. There's nothing to rebel against. I mean, my parents were the coolest thing in town. That's all gone now. Another reason never to forgive them.
But Lucky, your mother has.
So?
So it happened to her. Maybe what went on between your parents had nothing to do with
Elizabeth,
you.
it has everything to do with me. It made me hate him.
You're angry at your parents, that's clear. But hate them? Lucky, that's pretty massive. You know, you only get one set. Can't send your parents back if you don't
Elizabeth,
like
my
what you...
father raped my mother. Do you know how that feels?
No. I don't. I think what you and your dad have, though, is pretty special. My dad was never my friend. Maybe if you can tap into that friendship part, you guys can work things out.
I can't believe you're sticking up for him. My dad did to my mom what that creep did to you in the park.
No, it's not the same.
Elizabeth, rape is rape. It's exactly the same.
Your mother would have never married him if it were. Maybe you should let your father tell his side. And this time, really listen.
I don't get it. Why are you flying his banner?
I'm not. I'm flying yours.
Hello, Elizabeth.
Hi.
I'm afraid Lucky isn't here.
I came to see you.
Mrs. Cassadine.
Well, Helena will do fine. I know we haven't been introduced formally, but I've heard so much about you that an introduction would seem anticlimactic.
So you know who I am.
I make it my business to know the Spencers. How is that clever father of yours?
I wouldn't know. He didn't send me here, if that's what you're asking.
No, not at all. No, you're a young man now, like my Nicholas. You're capable of making your own decisions and choosing your own company. Still, I can't quite believe that this meeting is a coincidence.
I've been waiting for you.
I see. What can I do for you?
Well, I'll answer that, if you're really interested. And before I answer that, I have a few questions of my own.
Ask away.
Why did you break into my family's home in Switzerland and steal a stuffed animal from my baby sister?
Oh, blunt. Almost rude, but too charming to be truly offensive. You do take after your father.
That's not much of a compliment. Or an answer.
Well, the object in question came into my possession. Does it matter how? I was in a position to return it, so I did.
Right, to my dad. What was that?
Well, Most people would consider that an act of some kindness.
I'd call it a threat. Like my little sister was in danger.
I do not wage war with children.
Oh, come on. Obviously, you were sending a message to my father that you knew where his family was.
Well, and why not? He knew my family's location. Now, I'm sure Luke expected to hear from me. It's an old game we've played. We've played it since before you were a gleam in your parents' eyes. Hasn't he explained to you what goes on between us? No, I don't suppose he has.
What are you saying? I'm too young to hear it? Nicholas isn't that much older than me, and he hears all there is to know about my family. Tell me how that's fair.
Well, I suppose it's not. Very well. Let's retire to my yacht. I'll have Ari prepare something marvelous for lunch. Young men do have remarkable appetites, don't they? And you can ask me all the questions you want.
How do I know you won't poison me?
You don't. But a Spencer would rise to the challenge.
After you.
Lucky'd probably be really mad at me for coming here, but I think it's the best thing for him.
Would you like to sit down?
No. No, I'm just gonna say what I have to say and then go. You see, Lucky's probably the best friend I've ever had, which isn't really saying much because I've never made friends easily, but the point is, Lucky got me through the worst thing that has ever happened to me. And now that it's his world that's been rocked,
Let me make this easier for you, Elizabeth. I know that Lucky confided in you.
oh,
Are you afraid of me?
yeah. My stomach's in knots right now. I mean, I know you're not gonna hurt me. I know that in my head, but the circuits in my gut are a little sizzled right now.
I understand. Well, for whatever it's worth, I'm no threat to you.
What I'm trying to tell you is that I think Lucky needs you. He's really angry, and he feels alone, so he's off in this weird place. He thinks he doesn't care about anything, but he really does, and that's why he hurts so bad.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you telling me that.
Okay.
And I'm very glad that my son has a friend with such courage and grace.
That's funny. We don't look alike at all.
What would make you think you would look like Laura?
I don't know, I guess I just thought that... Can I ask you something?
Sure.
You had seen me before that night. Was there something about me? Like the way I dressed or talked or presented myself? You know, some signal I put out that would have made that guy think that it was okay to do what he did to me?
Elizabeth, no. Absolutely not. Rape is about control. It's about bending someone to your will because of what drives you: rage, desperation, obsession. But it's not about you. It's not about the way you walk or talk or dress. It had very little to do with you.
Thanks.